up here. Both players
pop.
and Arya, beautiful flashbang. Deuce is still blind, and Miss Harvey collecting one, Arya with another, and they are going to take that round. So from what looked like a bleak position, 2v4, they just come back, and like you said, utilizing that experience, playing it slow, and they take the round.
Unbelievable. Great play by UBINITED. That's the round that they lost at the end of the first half of overtime. And, I mean, definitely some, a little bit of, not necessarily rage, but some comms. People complaining about people not making calls, and getting that round is going to pull them right back into it. And like I say, Miss Harvey and Arya showing off why they both have invite experience and a great execution onto the B site. That said, things still live here, as CPD try to force second overtime right now, and UBINITED try and force the third map, which will be on Mirage, as we said. And D managing to get another op out on the board against 5 M4s. 3 of which are A1s, by the way. I like to point that out still, as the different maps I find have different needs for spamming and clip size. So there's only 2 A4s, and Manta and Hurricane are both holding on to those, and both of those, actually they are split up. One's at B, one's at A, so that's a good distribution. But at A is where it looks like UBINITED is going to work. They've got smokes out, and they've actually got an opportunity to wrap through Arch if they wanted. And with the Kuzo down and out in front of Library, they've got a huge opportunity to do that. But Potter's already taken the bomb to the truck side, and Hurricane and TMO are stuck inside the site. TMO is now the only one left at A, and he is now down and out as well. So it's all on Zeus and Manta rotating from B. This could be GG on map number 2. UBINITED, the post-plant situation is 4-on-2, and it's looking extremely good HP-wise. But as I say that, Harvey's going to go down. Manta catches that one, but D, there she is, coming up absolutely clutch. Manages to take down Manta, and there it is. The final frag goes the way of Arya. It's hard to say. I mean, that's a great game of Counter-Strike. It's hard to say who the man of the match was or woman of the match was for UBINITED. D had some awesome frags. Arya had a huge clutch. They all contributed, and as a team, they will advance into map number 3, which, as I said, will be on Mirage. So any thoughts from you before we take a quick little break?
I just think, for me, Arya is going to be the man of the map. I picked one of the males. But just that round where he 1v2, swag 7 in hand, was able to clutch that, I think that just gave the momentum to come through this overtime.
If you have to isolate a single round, you're absolutely right. That was what forced overtime. If you lost that, it was a game over. So.
For sure. So, guys, we are going to be moving into the third map here. Again, Karma and Eye Perfection, I believe that has started. We're going to move into that, if possible, once we're done this third map. But again, we are going to be moving into Mirage here. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back after a very short break.
Hello?
Make the ground shake. carrying coffins.
Alright, welcome back everybody to RGN. This is the Winter Classic, day 1 of broadcast. We're in the round of 24 and already getting off with some exciting matches. This is a 1-1 game right now, best of 3. UBINITED picking up that last map in overtime fashion. So this is a randomized map, so we've already played out the ones where they were able to pick. So this is kind of a toss-up, more or less. But if you were to give someone an advantage here, Sadokist, who would you choose?
I don't know on Mirage. It's a tough call. I would easily say that although UBINITED had a great start, it was based on economy off the pistol round, and when it came down to gun round, CPD's been the better T-sided team all night. We're kind of heading into a map that is pretty even. Mid control is going to be huge. We'll see how D plays with that op TMO. Also, same thing. And calling out early rotations that are accurate are important. A lot of times on Mirage, what happens is you don't see anyone because B is pretty secluded. Your access into B, other than going directly into mid and rushing cat, coming through the B halls, you don't really see it until it's there. So a lot of times people leave B, or vice versa. If they haven't seen anything at A, they'll anticipate it's there. So you get a lot of early and over-rotated situations, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
I think it's going to be a toss-up. I really do. I don't know how UBINITED plays this map, and with Ari on their team, it's going to be a bonus. His experience definitely helps, but I'm still going to favor towards CPD, unfortunately, on this one.
All right, we are into the knife round here, so just deking it out a little bit. We have one slice being traded, and actually early advantage for UBINITED. Hurricane will go down, and we're going to see... Ooh, this is going to go back and forth. 2v2, Potter, last one on the field now, 1 versus 2. Both players lit, definitely doable, but they're going to try and play the smart is CPD. They're wanting Dudes to kind of catch up, but oh my god, Potter, that is her name. She is going to get that frag backstab, as didn't calculate that properly, but Dudes comes in, and we are going to be going live into the pistol round now.
So, I'm not sure where they're going to go for side choices. Looks like they're going to stay where they are. Potter's already readied up, so...
Yeah, it looks like they will be choosing the CT side. Not a surprise there. Want to start on kind of the favored side, definitely. We have seen a lot of games kind of go 4 or 5 rounds for the T side. Seems to be a kind of magic number to come back on CT, but definitely I feel like the more I see this map, the more CT side it becomes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I agree with you to an extent. The other thing I want to say is that neither team has been... On Inferno, I would say they were both fairly even. Perhaps the advantage slightly in terms of use of smokes went to the way of UBINITED. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. Executing onto A requires good smoke positioning. You need one on connector, you need one back towards CT, and then you could pretty much get into the site, and if you do that right, you'll get in pretty easily without taking a whole lot of damage and then have a post-plant situation. Smoke at middle on the window is also important. My initial thought process was that CPD's been the better T team, but I haven't been paying attention to their smokes, and that's going to be really crucial. So there's, I don't know, I'm still not sure which way I side, but we're going to have to take some early notices of how they are deploying and executing as a team, using grenades to get inside the sites, and for that reason, maybe UBINITED does have a slight advantage. I've just confused everybody. I've confused everybody.
No, I think you're right on the money, man. Definitely, if they can execute properly, like you said, A site, tons of smokes raining down in the correct positions, definitely makes it a lot easier to take and can force things to that post-plant scenario, like you were saying. But we are going live into pistol. All right, live in round number 1. Third map of the series. Winner continues on in the upper bracket. Loser will drop down to that lower bracket and will have to battle there for the rest of the tournament. Does look like Dai will be leading that charge towards the B site. They actually have Dim just kind of throwing a fake near A ramp, and I imagine this is going to be a decoy, a little bit of fire as well, just to kind of hope that the CTs miscall it and say that it is an A side play. We do see a number of CTs near the B site, and that's going to be a Hurricane. Jumps up, peeks, sees all of them, and drops Miss Harvey. That's a very important frag as they come into sight, and tries to get another one here. Dai will collect that frag. Dues firing back, though, and it is a 3v4 situation. Bomb is now down at bench. Potter will fire back, but only 2 terrorists left, one on the flank through market. This is Dim, could be very important if he gets some frags. Beautiful one onto Manta, rather, and we are going to see pushing out. We'll get another one onto Timo, and as soon as they get the advantage, they lose it again, and that is going to be 2 versus 1. Can the CTs clutch here? We'll be peeking out from this arch side pillar. Taking quite a bit of damage though. 26 left. And Potter with the double. Dim with a double of her own as well. Will pick up that pistol round.
Harvey, that's the first time. Well, actually, she didn't get first time in an opening pistol round. I won't say a halftime pistol round. That she didn't get a frag, so didn't matter though. As Dim and Potter pick up the slack, and that gives it UBINITED. So all 3 matches UBINITED has opened with the opening pistol round. So a worthy note.
Yeah, Dim working that big flank worked out very well for them.
It looks like they're going to head toward the B site this time, so they've gone for 4 rifles on Mirage. I guess they're anticipating a little bit more distance on their picks, but look at this. It looks like Hurricane's already clued in that they are toward the B side of the map right now, and that could call for an early rotation, but he hasn't done it yet, and D's actually going to go ahead and manage to take down Hurricane right there. Potter's going to get dues in middle. Nice shot by her, and she'll continue on toward the window. There is one player posted up in there for the CT side, and look at D. She's going big right now with that SMG. DeCuzo's going to go down. Aria's still over at the A side. He's going one-on-one with Manta. Nice shot, P250. Aria's down and out, and any frag helps right now as they try and build up an economy on the CT side. Manta's going to grab that Galil as well, and he could very well hold on to that gun heading into round number 3. As the bomb finally is planted onto the B site, and TMO is well aware that his teammate has collected 1 firearm and will just sit back and look for exits in an attempt to help protect him and at least give away information on where the terrorists are, as is the case right there. Manta now knows Harvey is definitely coming from the connector. With that bomb still ticking away for probably about another 15 seconds. Manta will get confronted. Harvey's going to get taken down. A little bit confusing, but there it is. Potter comes in, and no rifles held onto right there for the CTs. And where it was only Galil's loss, they do still have the 2 AKs. It's not the end of the world for the T side.
Yeah, Dai will drop her MAC-10 and pick up a Galil. Now dropping that gun to someone else and picking up another MAC-10, so that is the weapon of choice for these anti-ecos. Not a huge surprise, especially without armor. Does a good amount of damage. So we are going to see them heading over to the B-side apartments with the bomb. You have a number of CTs over here, and Dew's actually, I didn't realize he had peeked down into lower, and Dai going to pick up both of those frags, down to 6 HP, but will stuff that aggression from the CT side. Only 3 of them left, and in a bit of an awkward situation. Manta still near a ramp. Hurricane will peek out from connector, sees a couple players, will get dropped down to 72 HP. We are going to have one player, P250 in hand. Kuzo will try and get the frag. Potter, though, great shot by her as she pushes Catwalk. Will collect that frag. Miss Harvey with another one onto Manta, and Hurricane follows shortly after a hat-trick with the MAC-10. Dai. Well, MAC-10, I think she got the second with a pistol kill. Regardless, hat-trick in that round. Good anti-eco from UBINITED.
Yeah, good stuff there. So they'll continue on, and again, accumulating the terrorists' rounds after pistol has been the name of their game, and it's been crucial for them. Now, keep in mind they started out CT side on cash. It's you start to wonder what might have been with their opening pistols being so on point. Had they have started out on T on cash, would we be even in map 3 right now? Of course, that was 16-14. And then, as you all saw, overtime on Inferno. So this has been a series that is absolutely anyone's to play for. But we are into the full rifle rounds. An op apiece. Actually, 2 ops. I take that back. Look at that for the CT side. Manta and TMO are both going to be holding on to that. Manta's on jungle right now, looking up on top of where the former electrical box was. And TMO is toward middle. He's actually fallen out of the window room and onto the catwalk right now and back toward B. As UBINITED is desperately looking to try and make something happen at A. D's still stacked up in middle. D, Dai, take your pick. With that AWP, she's starting to slowly creep toward the left side cubby. But there it is. There's your opening. Manta's going to get it on Dim. And with that, UBINITED says it's all in, guys. We got to go regardless. 40 seconds on the clock. They do get a good smoke back out onto Hurricane. That's going to block him off at the CT spawn. And as I said, that's crucial to getting inside the A site. A second one now also on the top of connector. 4 smokes out across the bomb site. Great play by right now from UBINITED. But unfortunately, D's going to get caught out in middle. That's another op down. And Manta with another frag on Aria. Aria managing to get just one before that. Manta, huge huge shot right there on Potter. I did not expect that onto the firebox. And now it's all on Miss Harvey trying to bait out her position inside Palace. There's one on the defuse. She tries to peek the diffuser as she should, but unfortunately the positioning is too strong and too overwhelming from CPD, and they will pick up the first gun round. Credit given where credit is due, though. Despite entering the site with only 3 players, the UBINITED did well to smoke off every entrance, and that could be a positive sign in the upcoming round.
Yeah, trying that A take there, and like you said, with only 3 players heading on up, definitely did work out the bomb down. We'll be buying in this round AK-47s across the board. The 2 AWPs still on the field for the CT side. Timo heading to B with it. Most likely working Cat once again, and Manta working from Connector. T's are grouped up, look to be prepping that A site. Die, going to be that lurking role heading through Underpass. So last round had the op top mid. Now with an AK-47, chooses a different plan of attack for her mid lurking role. Just waiting to see if someone comes underpass. Deuce, Hurricane, both holding inside of A, have their work cut out for them as the T's do aggress into Tetris. Miss Harvey leading that charge, will come out, spots Deuce, takes him down handily, and we do see some trades going back and forth. Miss Harvey with another one, 2 versus 3. And from Connector, that's going to be a double for the CTs and another round on the board.
If you look, I don't know if you caught that as TMO's perspective, that smoke that was attempted for Connector didn't make it. It landed on top of the electrical stairs and, or I guess jungle as it's more commonly known now. I'm still going by the old school naming of it. And it didn't make it, and therefore that allowed TMO to opt in toward the A site, and they just couldn't close things off. So better smokes. That needs to land about a foot further, bounce down onto the ground, and it would cover off both the Connector and the window room entrance. So that's what I was talking about. Those are the things that make the difference on this map, and CPD have capitalized now twice on those sorts of plays. This time, UBINITED, they still are holding on to rifles. D, though, having gone for an op 2 consecutive rounds that they've lost, has only got a deagle to work with. And it's good to see the deagle out. TMO from Catwalk, aiming back in toward B, is going to get one shot on Dim. Decuzo is going to get another on Miss Harvey. Potter manages to at least get one before Decuzo goes into Arya. And now it's all Potter and D as they try and get into the B site. That Galil not doing the damage that Potter hoped, but does still manage to take down Decuzo as she spams away. And look at this, 14, make it 11 HP now for TMO. Potter nearly switching back on a reaction shot there to take down Hurricane, but it's not to be. And with 2 men remaining on the board, they managed to pick up both ops that were on the map and come out with the round. So 3-3 now our score.
Yeah, grabbing both those ops, that's definitely a good pickup for them. They're going to try and build the bank here. Eco round for UBINITED. Looks like they will be heading over to this A site. 2 smokes in hand. And actually a flashbang on Potter, so they should be doing some sort of A prep here. And we'll see if they can land the smokes again when we saw them previously. Didn't quite hit their mark, so we do see one coming in to CT. That one's going to land very nice, and Miss Harvey, first one out. They're going to have Arya coming out of the palace. 3 players total, actually. Arya still alive, made it to Firebox. So only one left, and through that box with a USP, Deuce puts him down. And that will be an easy anti-eco for CPD, only losing 1 man.
Yeah, huge play. So that's going to give them the first lead, 4 consecutive rounds. And as I said, and as it was on Inferno, it looks like UBINITED's only capable of. And I don't want to say that. That sounds rude. They're definitely capable, but they've only managed, I suppose, is a more fair adjective or adverb. In that, I'm going to stop. But they've only managed to get rounds on the T side after winning pistol and gaining an economy advantage, and so far they haven't won a gun round in this map either. That said, D's going to open things off with a nice op shot onto TMO, and that's an op down on the CPD side. But immediate vengeance comes out from Manta into Arya, and this dual op strategy continues to be something that is causing havoc for the UBINITED players. Miss Harvey's going to get caught out. Nice reactions, actually. I did not expect that as Hurricane came through Connector to get aggressive onto her, and she was already preoccupied with Deuce. She manages to pick him off. That nade does a substantial amount of damage to her, and there it is. Deuce actually will close out. Manta's going to get a second one on D. And now it's a 3-on-2. 2 AKs left on the board versus the 3 CPD players. They'll smoke back out in B halls again. As I was saying, This map is rather secluded for the T's as they try and make something of it. Dim, nice shot. That's Dakuzo. Now we're down to a 2-on-2, and Dooz is all the way back over on the B site. So they've got an opportunity if they wanted to right now to get it into A, but Potter's going to pay attention to Manta right now and not go for the plant. I'm not...
Yeah, Potter's going to grab, not that frag, but a lot of damage onto Manta. And coming through CT spawn, Dooz goes down. Only Manta left on the field. 4 HP. Dim, though, only has 6 to his name, or her name, rather. And we are going to see that Molotov come down on site. AWP in hand, definitely going through Manta's mind. Should I save or should I go? And it's going to be lurking up to top of connector. Hasn't spotted anybody quite yet, but Potter will not miss that shot. Puts down Manta, and that is a round on the board for UBINITED. 4-4. They're going to pick up their first gun round here, and let's see if they can build some momentum off of it. We did lose Sadokist mid-sentence there, so he should be joining me back shortly, and there he is indeed. That Canadian internet for you. I fall victim to it sometimes as well.
Did you lag out or did I?
The whole world lagged out. You stayed, though.
Oh, I stayed, so they heard me.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
Oh, I love you. I love you, viewers. I stayed just for you.
Exactly. We are moving into the next round here. Timo will take down Miss Harvey. And I don't know if you missed that round completely, but UBINITED did pick that one up. So Hurricane, though, will get Dim. Coming through with that Swag 7. Collects an AK-47 for his effort. And we are down to 3 players left. Manta trades back. And that's going to be Timo getting another frag. Potter, last one in mid, gets a nice shot onto Timo. 1v3. Bomb is down in connector. We're going to see if she can retake or if she opts to save. 57 seconds on the clock. Just watching connector, hoping someone peeks out. Manta is playing from top, or rather from the window room, so Potter will be heading back here. And I suspect she's just going to try and save. 40 seconds on the clock.
At this point.
She's just going to make sure that no one rushes her, I guess, and that's why she's kind of peeking both these ankles back and forth.
Right, and any frag she can get is going to help them into the following round. She can't afford to give up this up, although she's getting a... Wow, okay. We're both wrong.
She has some balls, so we're going to see her try and get this bomb from connector, peeking out though, and a perfect crossfire. That's what happens. They set that up perfectly. 1 cat, 1 connector, 1 mid. Or window, rather.
I don't think that's worth it in that situation. It's a 1v3. You're low on economy. They've got huge positional advantage on where the bomb was down at the connector. And you had an opportunity to save an op and let Dim be in a position to buy as well. And that at least could have gotten you picks. And with the CZ75 the way it is, that's more than enough to win an eco round or at least a semi-buy. So... I don't know. I think she probably should have held on to that. I thought she was just going to go for at least 1 or 2 frags and just hurt the economy of the counter-terrorists, but... Hey, I'll give her credit for courage. A valiant effort. But as we say, it is now a 5-4 score for CPD on Mirage. 4 rounds already for UBINITED, though, and of course, if they can get 6, things are going to look reasonable heading on, so they've only got 2 more to get. As shots are fired over on the B hallways, Dakuzo's going to get Arya. That's going to be the first man down of the round. Dooz over toward Palace. Nothing going on there, Auto Director. So I'm not sure what you're trying to show me because UBINITED is in middle right now, and that looks to be where things will continue to transcend.
Dim, no! Just jumping. I don't even know. I don't know what Dim was trying to jump for, to be honest. Right in that boost spot underneath window, maybe hoping someone got under... I don't know, but she died to the fire.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Quick pick there. Timo taking down Potter on...
And watch out, Dakuzo coming underpass right now. Nice shot. There it is. D is down and out, so...
Miss Harvey did collect 1, but will be around victory. CPD, 4 players left alive. And I'm going to build that bank a little bit here. Not too much money on their side, but if they can pick up another round and do it with minimal casualties, we'll start stacking that up. 4 rounds, though, for UBINITED. Not a bad situation in this point in the half.
And we'll see how UBINITED choose to respond. Again, they're back and still saving. CZ75's out for everyone except for Miss Harvey, who's got a Tech 9, baby strong, coming out with that Tech 9, and Arya's going to go for that Scout. with only a Glock to match it. Nice shot there coming in from that AK of Dekuzo, but he actually took the brunt of the damage, down to 28, and there it is. Harvey's going to get it with the Tech 9. That's going to allow them into the site, but there's Dews closed for business. He picks up a quick hat trick, and Manta's going to take down Miss Harvey now, so it's all up to D. And where is she right now? Rotating back toward middle, missing on those CZ75 shots, and TMO gets an easy frag as he turns around with that AWP. But hats off, Dews completely won that round for CPD. Spamming away with that M4, A4, and there you go. There's a reason why those extra 10 bullets come in handy.
Yeah, no doubt. That spray down. Try and eco-rush into the B site. AK-47s across the board here. They have a full nade set, does UBINITED. Looks like they are going to stick with the strategy of sending Dai out. She's going to be that lurk position, and then they're going to be prepping this A site. Timo is pushing up, and Dim will peek, but slowly peeking, that is going to be the demise of Dim. Timo not going to miss that shot. And it is quickly a 4v5 situation. Again, Dai being that lurk roll, coming up from underpass. Going to be prepping smokes at a ramp. She's going to be trying to pinch the site as they go up, or just wait for rotators. But regardless, they will be pushing up 3 CTs in the vicinity of A site, and Timo boosted up on phone booth, takes down one, falls back.
Oh, no.
It's going to be another one. Die. The lurk roll will go down, and that nade, so much damage done. Miss Harvey, very little HP. Arya picking up one, but Timo, no big deal, collecting that and making it a hat trick.
Undoubtedly, Dai has played very well all night, and she is, you know, I don't want to single her out for any lack of performance in the last 2 maps, but that's 2 straight rounds she's whiffed on easy shots in the same position coming out from underpass. That round, it didn't necessarily make a difference, but it just shows that perhaps they're getting a little bit to the end of their wits. It's late in the night, it's late in the series, and she's got to step it up if they want to get back into this. 8-4 our score. 4 straight rounds have gone the way of CPD. And they've won them. Oh, well, look at this. TMO's come out middle this time and already looking. Underpass catches out Arya. That's good performance. And now going back into Potter at middle. TMO is working the map like he owns it right now. And it looks like Dai's going to go back into him. There's the shot she needed. She manages to take down the op. Dim's going to get one before that. Manta goes back into Dai, though, from the window. And now it's a 2-on-3. Manta still holding on to an AWP. And it's all rifles other than that, so we'll see how UBINITED chooses to play this. And they know they're an underpass, and Miss Harvey's got nowhere to go. Dekuzo's going to pop out, and that bomb is down in middle, so she didn't really have a choice there. She kind of had to play that as it were, and Dim, the last man remaining, or woman I should say, for UBINITED in a 1v3. Still working toward B. There is one toward Catwalk. No, jumping in a kitchen. She's not sure where she's being shot from. Dekuzo's going to get the frag. 9-4 now our score. I said if UBINITED could get 6, it would be easy, but they've got to get there first.
Yep, 2 more rounds left in this half. If UBINITED can pick them up, we'll be in good situation, but we do see not a heck of a lot of money on the T side. They are going to opt to kind of half buy here. Potter will have an AK-47. Dim as well. Dai only has a CZ75 in hand, smoke, and a flash. So peeking out quick mid, that's going to be Dai out first. Again, CZ75, get a peek window there, fires a couple shots, not a heck of a lot done though. Potter getting aggressive with Arya. They're going to be spamming some shots through the smoke towards the player on Van, but Arya getting lit through the smoke, but Dai will collect a frag as they move up Cat. So splitting the B site here, 2 CTs inside of sight. It's going to be Manta grabbing the first frag. They are going to be able to defend at least momentarily, and getting great spray down there. That's going to be Dekazu, and the bomb will be planted. Dim 1v2, and Dim almost getting caught there in an awkward situation, but Manta will be able to collect that frag, and we are going to see another round here for CPD.
Yep. So a good effort by UBINITED that time, but not to come to fruition. 10-4 now our score. Last round of the first half, and fortunately, both teams are in a position to go all in with the money, and Arya's going to grab an op on, oh, look at this. They're going to run a dual op strategy on the T side, and actually Potter, here it is, back to her roots, I guess you could say, is going to be holding on to one of those. Arya's going to go back to the AK-47. Meanwhile, on the CT side, it's as you were, TMO and Manta both with AWPs, the rest with M4s. And let's see how they choose to play this right now. They're looking for anything on UBINITED's side. They need to get an early pick, and it's extremely, extremely crucial to get the picks early when you're running a double op strategy on the T side, because the longer time goes on that you haven't found a way into one of the bomb sites, the less opportunity you have to make something of it up close with 2 ops. So TMO is going to catch Miss Harvey. Dim's going to even it up, though. Manta's going to go down, so that's 1 AWP off the board for the CT side. And it's still going to be something trying to happen here for the UBINITED side with those 2 op. Computer, what are you doing? Not a lot happening.
In mid.
Go ahead. Yeah, you take it for a second. Sorry.
All right, if your computer is having issues, I will...
It was actually sticky keys again. I didn't think I'd be stupid enough to do it twice.
It happens a second time. No fun, but regardless, UBINITED trying to take sight here. Hurricane actually holding from A ramp is going to have an opportune position, but Die puts him down immediately. Teemo fires back. 2v2 here. They don't have the bomb down yet. 30 seconds on the clock. Both CTs are in connector. Die just kind of peeking up from the top of stairs and tries to land a shot. Will get flashed in the process. Falls back 6 HP to her name. We are going to see Arya peeking out. Does some damage to the player on stairs. Kazu will be there. Die gets 1, and now it's a 2v1 scenario. But Arya, last one here. Die will go down, and bomb is planted perfectly for Arya. Flashbang out. Kuzo trying to move up slowly, will peak down to 15 HP in a very awkward situation. Just going to try and stick it, but Arya not going to let that happen. Picks up the round and makes it a 10-5 half for UBINITED. Well, yeah, rather for CPD.
Yeah, extremely important that UBINITED got 1 more on the board before the end of the halftime, and that double op strategy paid off, so full credit where credit is due for them for changing it up and knowing that, you know what, it's the last round, economy doesn't matter, let's buy it out and let's try something different. And that'll get them 5 rounds. 5 rounds is something they can work with on the CT side, but it's going to be extremely hard. So playing from behind is very much the case right now for UBINITED. But of the 5 pistol rounds that we have seen, keep in mind UBINITED has won 4 of those. So if that trend continues, they've got an opportunity to make something up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If they take pistol, well on their way. They can kind of gain momentum, and we'll see what CPD has on their T side. Of course, we just saw them pick up 10 rounds on CT, but we're going to find out if they know how to do those smokes, work an A execute properly like we were saying before this map even started. Very important to have those kind of all lined up and well practiced before coming into the heat of the moment situations where you need to be landing those every single time. But we are just in a mid-halftime intermission warm-up here, but as I do say that, live on 3 ensues, and we are going live into our second pistol round, the last one of this best-of-3 RGN Winter Classic. Here we go.
Again, just a quick roster rundown. It's Potter, D, Miss Harvey, Dim, and Arya for UBINITED. And it's actually in that order for frag distribution. Interesting to see Arya that far down. You'd expect him to be a little bit higher, but Potter holding things down with D, both in the double digits. Meanwhile, look at the CPD side. As expected, they are a little further ahead. It's TMO, Manta, Dekuzo, Dews, and Hurricane. And actually, it's quite a large margin or spread in their frag distribution. TMO doing big things with that AWP, as did Manta that half. So as I said, the double op strategy really hurt UBINITED, and it shows in the frag distribution. Slow pistol setup right now for CPD. They are going to favor the A side. Flash is now going over. Smokes off on connector. CT's still open, though, and Dim's got an opportunity to try and make something out of it. Not going to happen, though. Arya managing to pick up 2. Hurricane's going to go back, and Manta gets 1 now, so we are in a 3-on-3. They've evened it up. And Manta, watch out, Potter comes over the top. Manta catches it out of his periphery and manages to take her down. Where's the bomb? It has been dropped, interestingly enough, just on the entrance of Palace, and that means they can't get it down, but that may not matter as they're getting all the frags required. Miss Harvey now in a 1v2. She's so good in pistols. I mentioned it early on, and there's another one for her. She's up to 2. As was Arya, and it's a 1-on-1, and there it is. Miss Harvey catches out Hurricane. That bomb got dropped in the absolute worst possible position, and CPD suffers for it. And Harvey, with the hat trick, is going to give the 5th out of 6 pistol rounds to UBINITED.
Yeah, and one thing to note, I don't know if you caught it, but Arya was on the stairs, aligned his crosshair with Palace, and then he was fully smoked off. They fully smoked off the top of stairs. They called that they're coming out of Palace, and he got 2 of those frags completely blind, just firing through with a USP.
Yeah, knowing the map, like, in a pixel, like, knowing how to line up based on your positioning, so important. And that just shows experience.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely a testament to Arya and his experience. We are going to see T-side wandering over near this B apartments. Dews very close on the other side of the smoke. Miss Harvey will be the first one to see conflict, playing from atop a van. Hasn't seen anybody quite yet, man. Manta just trying to peek out a little bit here, and Hurricane making a little bit of noise, and that's going to cue them to head out of apps here, and Miss Harvey will go down right away. Does very little damage as well, so very nice advantage for the T's. Bomb has been planted. Die from Cat. Almost goes down there, or actually does go down, rather. They will be able to pick one back. But this is 4v3. Looks like another one. Hurricane taking down Potter, and only 2 CTs left. Dim, lots of damage done to her, and will get dropped. Arya has to go massive, but can't do it. Manta will put him down, and a great eco round victory for CPD.
Yeah. Not much to be said. That is the last thing UBINITED needed to happen, because that just completely throws every advantage that pistol round gave them out the window. And like I said, CPD's T side has been a little bit stronger than UBINITED throughout the course of the night, so it's not looking good, I will say, but it's not over yet, and UBINITED is a team capable of coming back. And in fact, look, they're going to go, they've actually switched things up. It looks like Potter's going to be back into that scope position. I say scope, that's my Call of Duty roots coming out, but holding on to the scout right now. Scout is cheap enough right now in the economy that you could pretty much always have access to one. And with the movement speed and the movement dynamics of it, it's very, very viable in a situation such as this. And Miss Harvey's gone for that FAMAS. And with CC75s, I mean, go watch Thorin's 30-minute video. I don't need to say much, but they've easily got enough firepower to return the favor in terms of ecos right now. As Manta already down to 30 HP. Smokes and flashes going out toward the catwalk. Arya's going to catch out TMO inside connector, but immediately goes down to Hurricane. An easy peasy pro 90 coming out from Manta. And that's going to even things up. Takuzo's going to go into Miss Harvey. There goes one more down for UBINITED. It's a 3-on-4 situation. Hurricane, though, down and out. Dim, nice shot. Takuzo goes back into D. D's not extremely pleased about that, as in-game she is a little bit, I guess, temperamental about that right now. As Manta going back and forth on catwalk. That bomb is down in that position should they choose to work with it. Dews is going to catch out Dim, and now it's all on Harvey with that scout. And she's all the way over at the B site. Scout CZ at that. That is a pretty potent combo. One hit, switch over, fire away, and get that last hit as needed. But she's actually going to hold on and save right now. So 12-6, a doubling score right now for CPD late in this series. It's map number 3. And CPD are looking like they are going to continue on in the upper bracket if it continues on like this. But I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch.
Yeah, definitely momentum on the side of CPD. Like you were saying, some frustration on the CT side. UBINITED. They're not out of this quite yet. They are on the favored side, but with this bomb going off will mean a 12th round for CPD. And if we look at the money situation, not a heck of a lot for UBINITED. 2K on all of their players. Potter's going to be the only one well-equipped, and by well-equipped, I mean armor, diffuse kit, CZ75, and a scout. Take a look at the T side. They're going to have 3 AK-47s on the board. Throwing that AWP onto Timo. He's been looking really good with that so far, so I like to see that. He's going to be heading over to that mid position, and he's going to try and go for a quick pick. Potter versus Timo, and Timo will win that battle.
Potter was actually lined up directly with Timo's head right there. That's just the scout.
Ooh,
oh, wow, Miss Harvey picks it up and gets one. Didn't see that coming. My point was going to be, though, with the scout, you've got to get a headshot for a one-shot kill, and Potter took that extra second to snap to the head, whereas with the op, you body shot, you get it. So the advantage was easily with Timo there, so. But they've evened it up. Good play from him.
Miss Harvey will try and get aggressive to the van position. Timo getting the second frag of this round, and from catwalk, that's going to be dive, but drops Manta very low. Will go down. Hurricane takes down Arya as well. Dim, last one on the field. 1v4. Tries to work, or is trying to work some sort of exit frags. Just peeking towards top mid. Hurricane is going to be lurking in that position, so has the right idea. Does Dim. Will be peeking out here, and that's going to be a nice shot. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be Hurricane down to 24 HP. Will land a headshot, but not enough at that range to be fatal.
So back to the full guns. Finally, UBINITED managing to get back in there. It just goes to show you what can happen when you get eco'd in the second round. My goodness. And they're going to go for a 5M4 strategy. No ops on the board. They aren't in a position to afford them, quite frankly. And TMO is going to hold on to his, so we'll see how he plays that middle. So important. Arya is going to get one, though, on to Kuzo. And Hurricane's going to respond, but then it's all UBINITED as Potter and Dim each pick up one of their own. And already, CPD down to only 2 players remaining. TMO still with that op, though. And he's in Palace, and D's going to pick up. Oh, man, the timing. Oh, Counter-Strike is such a game of chance sometimes, and he looked away at the exact right moment in D's perspective as she gets away with that. And now he's going to fall back into Palace, and with 1:09 left on the clock, they do actually have the bomb and a reasonable amount of time to try and readdress over at B, but Mrs. Harvey, with her wisdom, has not left that bomb site just yet. And actually, I agree with her decision to push up into B, because knowing that they could be rotating back over, the sooner she spots that, the sooner she can call for help. But they aren't actually going to commit to the B halls. They're actually going to try and work toward middle and leave their options open. 40 seconds remain. And yeah, they're kind of limiting themselves here a little bit. TMO's going to push up, see if he can find anything in middle right now with that AWP smoking off on connector. That indicates they're going to go catwalk, and here they go. But look at this. D's pushed through the smoke smartly, so she gets one, running out of bullets with that M4A1, and that's going to punish her as TMO is going to get that AWP frag, but only 20 HP remaining, and Harvey is in a good position as he exits the catwalk, and she's there to capitalize. There it is. UBINITED making their 7th round on the board, their 2nd round of the second half at that, and they've got a lot of work to do as the T's still have the economy to buy.
Yeah, we should be seeing a full buy from the T's, as you were suggesting. I imagine so, anyhow. But they're actually just going to be trading CZs, making sure everybody's equipped. And yeah, they're actually going to opt to save. So that's just so they can build up a little bit more money. Aren't confident with how much they have in terms of what they'd have for a nade set. And maybe they want to pull out that AWP. But Potter, aggressive mid, is going to be peeking out. Tries to get the spray down. Isn't going to connect right away and will get dropped. Will take down one for her effort, but definitely not what she was hoping to get done there. We're going to see the Kazu coming up from underpass. Some spray going onto those players top mid, but the Kazu in a very opportune position. Arya has no idea he's there and will claim that frag and an AWP. That's going to be huge here as the 4-on-3 ensues.
Yeah, and it looks like UBINITED split up across the map. Again, Miss Harvey is still at B, and actually it could pay off as they aren't inside the entrance to the B apartments right now. And all 4 of them will lurk in that direction. D's at window. She can rotate quickly, but with 4 players heading at Miss Harvey, holding on to that M4, she's got to do a massive amount of damage to slow this down. And there will be an AWP to enter into the site in the hands of TMO, and she's looking at catwalk right now. No, finally she looks back up. I think she sees Hurricane. Yes, she does. Catches him out, manages to get the AWP as well, and that's perfect. That is exactly what she needed to do. 2 frags. Here comes the rotation. She's still got all of her health, and she's fallen down to the coverage of the site. And the last 2 players will come out of the apartments just now. Kuzo drops down by the van. He manages to get one on Harvey, and they will go for the bomb plant. 2-on-2. They've still got a chance to claw their way back into this. Dim's going to rotate around from catwalk. They've picked up that AWP. Manta's got it, and he looks away from catwalk just in time. D makes a noise that creeps him out, and Dim's got an opportunity to get in, but there it is. Manta comes out with it. It's a 1-on-1, though, as D comes back into Kuzo. 12 HP. That CZ75 might just be enough. And no, he misses out on that first shot, but there it is. CZOP, and it's going to go the way of CPD, as 14-7 will be our score, and only 2 rounds remain before CPD can call themselves the winner of an excellent best-of-3, it has to be said.
Yeah, no doubt. Been very exciting, and UBINITED definitely going to feel frustrated after dropping that eco round. Only CZs, and they did have some grenades as well, but that was pretty much it. Ended up with a lot of weapons, so Timo, AWP back in hand. That's going to be courtesy of the CTs, so We do see a couple players up. Actually, it's only going to be Timo pushed up in apps. We'll be staring at the smoke. Miss Harvey on the other side there. Kazu from underpass. Just kind of playing picks is CPD. Not getting too aggressive and actually will take down Potter. Trying to get aggressive. What they were hoping for. Someone to push through in one of those areas. And that will be an easy one for Hurricane. Looks like we are going to see the bomb rotating back to... is it going to be through T-spawn? It does look to be the way it's going. Timo still pushed up inside of apps, and they might actually play this as a fake. Timo making lots of noise over here. Will be smoking off as well, but 3 players and the bomb still at a ramp, and not quite buying this. Actually, Arya completely buying it. Will be checking underpass, and that's going to leave Dim. Only lone player inside of sight. They will be smoking over, and Dim will be calling that out to her team. Can she go big here? 1v3 as they come out, but actually Arya has made it back. Dim getting 2, will go down, and that's actually Manta and Dews taking those frags, and this could be the round that puts CBD rather, on match point. Great shot by Die, though. CZ75 in hand, and 1 lit terrorist, Manta. Timo, full HP, A ramp with an AWP, and they're going to be getting aggressive here. Miss Harvey gets the frag and peeking out. Actually, I believe that was... Oh no. My god, Timo going huge. I think that first frag as he peeked out legged Miss Harvey, and then the second one was just on top of that, a 6 shot as well. So. And
UBINITED's got nothing to work with. They're going to buy it out, but they had $2,500 to start on pretty much every player. And look at the desperation. 2 scouts out, Arya and Potter, are going to be holding on. Series point situation for CPD, and Miss Harvey is down and out. Manta with the 1 tap to close out this series. It's been excellent, but CPD take it 16-7 in this particular match, and overall they will win the series 2-1. It went the distance by all means, and with that, UBINITED falls to the lower bracket, and CPD continue on in the upper. I'm Sadokist. Follow me on Twitter at Sadokist. I'm going to pass it back over to my lovely co-host. And what do you have? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, just that we are going to, I believe that the Karma, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to look like a noob if it's finished already, but I believe we are going to be jumping into the Karma versus iPerfection game, so hang tight, guys. We are going to get situated, but regardless, this was an epic best of 3. Sadokist, was a pleasure working with you, and yeah, hope you guys have a great night.
Well, just before we go, I was going to say, of course, you guys are going to be continuing on all week with this, but the next time my voice will grace the airwaves of the internet will be this coming weekend at ESEA Land, so don't forget about that, and you can catch that on ESEA's Twitch channel on both green and blue. It'll be myself and Corey Dunn for play-by-play, with Moses and Kyer coming in for some analysis, along with various players such as Devil Walk, Jordan, Nothing Gilbert, and whoever else we can manage to scoop up out of the hotel cleaning staff that wants to help out. So tune in. We'll bring you lots of awesome action for LAN number 17 at ESEA.
For sure. No, I'm going to be tuning in that. That's where my weekend will be as well. Regardless, though, RGN, we do have some more matches going on this week. Again, we're going to go to a quick break here, and regardless, we're going to come back and let you know if there's the other match that will be going live. We'll let you know, but if not, again, we will keep you posted. So again, guys, if I'm not back on here again, it was a great night talking to you guys, and we will see you again all very soon. Stay tuned.